So guys, the crypto markets are crashing down. Altcoins are getting squeezed like crazy. We've been talking about it on this YouTube channel. We've been anticipating this dip just because Bitcoin dominance is starting to rally. Altcoins are starting to feel the squeeze. We are having more information with the FOMC meeting that just came out, exactly how it's affecting the markets. And today I want to give you guys the perspective on what's happening in the crypto markets, what you need to know, how liquidity is shifting, and exactly how you can position yourself for success. But if you're new to my channel, go and check out the rest of my content. I'm an intermediate trader documenting my journey, showing you guys my wins, my losses, keeping you guys updated around specific indicators around Bitcoin and altcoins, just so you can understand how liquidity shifts in the market, you can navigate the market, and understand the day-to-day news that are happening because I drop daily content. I'm wearing this ski mask kind of thing right now because it is getting cold in Texas, and yeah, I just wanted to put it on. I just got it. The tag's right here. But overall, guys, let's jump into exactly what's happening in the markets with the FOMC meeting, Bitcoin dominance, total 2 chart, altcoins, and everything else in between. So guys, as I said, everything is crashing. Bitcoin is crashing down. Bitcoin dominance is starting to rally back up though very significantly. The total 2 chart is starting to break down very significantly, and we've been talking about it on this YouTube channel. I talked about it last week about positioning yourself, and even in my last 2 videos as to why this is happening and why corrections like this do take place. We talked about it in previous cycles. Like how I said, go watch my previous video. But right now, guys, the crypto markets are taking a huge hit. The FOMC meeting came out, and a lot of people are still very bullish around altcoins despite all of the liquidations that are currently taking place in the markets, as well as the information that came out around the FOMC meeting. As you guys can see from Watcher Guru, just in over 1.5 trillion was wiped out from the US stock market today. On top of that, not only just the stock market, but over $310 million was liquidated from the cryptocurrency market in the past 60 minutes. So right now, guys, people are starting to consolidate the hell out of their bags, and we've been anticipating dips if you've been keeping up with my channel, and also specific indicators and news in the market. If you're not educated, if you're not aware, guys, you're panic selling just because you don't know what's going on. I saw a great post by Virtual Bacon pretty much talking about exactly what's going on with that FOMC meeting and how it's having a huge effect on altcoins and the crypto markets and the stock markets as well. So FOMC summary: no balance sheet pivot, Fed still selling assets, money printer not injective liquidity yet. So we're not getting that liquidity that we need, guys, where the money printers are starting to go on and everyone is starting to get that ease in the economy. Overall, 25 BPS cut as expected. Powell shifts to signal slow rate cuts in 2025. Short-term panic today due to uninformed investors. Like how I said, guys, if you're not aware of the specific indicators in the chart, how liquidity shifts in the market, as well as specific news events like the FOMC meeting, then you are scared. You're seeing your bags go down and you're consolidating like a newbie. So that's why we have short-term panic today, pretty much due to uninformed investors. Long-term bullish, we need slower rate cuts to signal delayed recession. Fast cuts are bad. And yes, guys, pretty much with sideways consolidation, we want to see this, play out longer, just because the longer we see it, squeeze out, that's whenever we start to see a bigger rip for altcoins. Inflation will still be high, which is good for risk on assets. Cryptocurrency, guys, is hedged on the fact that we have inflation around the US dollar and multiple other currencies, not cryptocurrency. So we really hedge off of that, and inflation is still high, which is good for risky assets like our altcoins. Jumping into the perspective though as to what's going on with Bitcoin, just a minute talks about exactly specific price action around Bitcoin and where we could be going based off of specific zones and us not being able to hold. So he says, looks like we're heading lower after Bitcoin fell to hold above 102K. I know everyone is expecting crypto to move back up tomorrow, and maybe it does, but this isn't isolated to the crypto market. Powell signaling on Wednesday triggered a stock market rout with with the Nasdaq dropping 3.6% in a single day and the US dollar index surging 1.2% and breaking the 108 key level, and bond yields rallying 3% to fresh 7-month highs. It's risk off until proven otherwise. As for Bitcoin, 102K is that level to reclaim. If bulls can't do it, the bottom of the channel is next. With a break, they're opening the door to 91.6 and 85K. The bull market isn't over in his opinion. We know Bitcoin has several 20 to 30% pullbacks in every bull market, which will be no different this time. The 2024, 2025 holiday sale starts in a few weeks. Get ready. So guys, we've been talking about how price action is starting to tank, and everyone's wondering, should they be buying, should they be selling, should they be worrying about everything going down much more? And you know, based off of the price action around Bitcoin currently, where we're holding on these zones, and kind of the bearish take that is going on in the market, and how shorts are starting to stack, basically guys, we need to hold this specific zone within the next week or so, and if we don't, we're going to be more than likely deviating down to that specific zone that he was talking about, sitting at around 91.6 to that 85,000 region, which you can see with these red arrows, pretty much based off of previous closes on the month, and exactly that price action whenever we started to see higher channels and higher wicks. But overall guys, that's pretty much what's going on with this trend line with Bitcoin. It's kind of looking a little bit weird, and everyone is wondering if we're going to be deviating much lower. Everyone is anticipating the markets to go back up, just because the FOMC meeting usually does have an effect on the markets, and then we see a slight jump back up. But overall, based off of the price action, we could be deviating lower. CryptoCon talks about how Bitcoin to 109K by December went well. He first mentioned this at 60K just after the bottom in August of this year. It was just the next step up according to the very accurate Fibonacci extension, which we've been following this, guys. So now what? Big correction? Now that the bull market is in full effect, corrections are an afterthought. That doesn't mean they won't come. It just means they're not important. The time to buy crypto has well passed, which I don't completely agree, guys. We're going to be having dips. You can still buy crypto, get in at great prices. What and when is the next milestone? I'm placing the next dot at the 5.618, which is about 166K Bitcoin. It also has an aggressive time frame of February 2025, which I've estimated based on our rate of acceleration and trajectory. This is not a psychic reading, just likely targets using accurate and Fibonacci extension in important time frames, and I don't think that February high will be the end. So everyone's talking about how Q1, guys, is going to be a huge run, and that's whenever we're going to start seeing liquidity actually run into the market really crazy. And at the end of the day, we honestly don't know what is going to be happening. But following specific targets, specific time frames around that price action really lets us know where we're going to be going. And, based off of this, it literally lets us know Q1 is going to be that crazy explosive time. And right now, guys, the crypto markets are at extreme discounts right now. This is my altcoin portfolio that I'm really focused on. I'm actually going to be adding more positions this weekend. I'm going to be dollar cost averaging on this Friday once I get paid. I already have a decent amount of dry powder, but I want to get some more money in. From there, do a little bit of mass, and then from there, figure out exactly the positions that I want to take. I think I'm going to jump into another 2 AI positions and then 2 meme coins, and I'm going to be sharing that on this YouTube channel once I make those buys. But guys, that is currently what's taking place in the markets. Altcoins are taking a dip. Bitcoin dominance is starting to shoot up based off of the price action around Bitcoin. We could be deviating lower, which has altcoin investors stressing out. But overall, I want to go back over everything, what you need to know, and my perspective on the markets. Right now, guys, Bitcoin is starting to crash down. Bitcoin dominance is starting to rally back up based off of these trend lines that we were drawing, and pretty much in the last video that we discussed, total 2 chart is starting to show that altcoins are deviating really hard. And I talked about this based off of previous cycles and that price action and corrections that take place. Right now, we have a lot of people talking about exactly specific news events based off of the FOMC meeting. Many people think that altcoins are still going to be rallying hard despite the liquidations taking place in the markets, but this is where you got to come to your own perspective as to what is going to be happening. Watch Guru pretty much showed us how, over 1.5 trillion was wiped from the US stock market today, as well as $310 million was liquidated from the cryptocurrency markets in the past 60 minutes. Virtual Bacon kind of gave his summary all over the FOMC meeting, pretty much how the no balance sheet pivot, which means we have no liquidity jumping into the markets, no money printers turning on, 25 BPS cut as expected, and overall right now we're seeing some short-term panic selling due to uninformed investors around liquidity shifts, around specific events like the FOMC meeting, and much more. But overall, long-term bullish. We need slower rate cuts to signal delayed recession. Faster cuts are bad, and inflation will still be high, which is good for risk risky assets like our altcoins and cryptocurrency in general. Just a bit, it talks about the price action around Bitcoin, how we're not being able to hold above the 102K region, and how this specific region is super crucial as to if we're going to be deviating much lower. If we do, based off of pretty much how Powell was signaling, based off of the FOMC meeting, and pretty much also triggered the stock market to actually start dropping very significantly. This just goes to show that, we could be starting to deviate much lower based off of specific corrections, not only that we're seeing in this 2024-2025 crypto bull cycle, but from previous cycles. So keeping up with this price action is super key. CryptoCon goes on to say how, we're pretty much on target for Bitcoin running up. Q1 is going to be the time whenever Bitcoin is going to be running very significantly. He thinks that by February of 2025, Bitcoin is going to be sitting at around 166K. That is a very bullish target, but at the end of the day, Q1 is the target right now for everybody in terms of whenever altcoins and Bitcoin are going to be rallying very, very hard. Right now, guys, altcoins are at discount prices by the dip. At the end of the day, though, I've been stressing to everyone, do not blow your whole load all at once. Do not do it. You want to dollar cost average, because if we keep on dipping, you want to pretty much have a lower entry point, and by dollar cost averaging, you can do that. Whereas if you just go blow your whole load and then we drop another 20% tomorrow, you just missed out on a lot of gains that you could have potentially got, just much more shares based off of that price action. But guys, that's currently what's taking place in the markets. Altcoins are getting squeezed, even top caps are getting squeezed. The FOMC meeting came out, so it's having an effect on the markets. Overall, uninformed investors are pretty much capitulating their bads based off of what's going on in the markets. Everyone is still super bullish on altcoins, but right now is really the time to start looking for the best positions and start dollar cost averaging into them, because right now discounts are on the table. And right now, this is really important to start keeping up with the day-to-day events and exactly what's going on. You need to lock in for the next 6 months, keep up with these price action, keep up with the specific events that are having an effect on price action. That way you understand exactly how liquidity is shifting and whenever you want to exit the markets. But guys, that is currently what's taking place. The reason why I don't have this all the way is because then I turn super white. But I would love to have it all the way on. But new to my channel, go to check out the rest of my content. I'm an intermediate trader documenting my journey, showing you guys my wins, my losses, keeping you guys updated around specific indicators around Bitcoin, altcoins, as well as specific news events on the day-to-day that has an effect on our altcoins and crypto investors. And that way you guys can navigate the space, understand what's going on, and overall be profitable as opposed to 90% of crypto investors. But I'm gonna keep you guys updated on the day-to-day events. Right now, it's super crucial to start keeping up with everything that's going on. Next week is already Christmas, so people are gonna be with their families. More than likely, we're gonna start seeing pumps for specific coins. But overall, this is whenever you need to start doing your due diligence and figuring out what you want to do. But guys, drop me a comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of my perspective. Let me know what you guys think is gonna be happening for altcoins, Bitcoin, and everything else in between. This weekend, I'm gonna be dropping another video talking about the altcoins that I'm buying, so those specific 2 AI coins and 2 meme coins. I might change that up a little bit. We're gonna see. On top of that, I want to make a new video talking about the specific AI coins you need to focus on, also meme coins, because meme coins are falling out of the perspective, and as I said, you need to focus on what's not in focus. So a lot of videos going to be dropped this week, guys, and more content on the daily. So I drop daily content every day, so stay tuned, and hopefully, guys, I see you tomorrow. Other than that, though, peace.